So here we are with our walk vlog of today with yours truly, your magical adventure tour trickster host, Reese. Here I'll keep you all posted with the recent updates and info in this one. Also in this one, you'll see something very, you'll have to see me. Okay, so here, you'll see something at one of the area parks over here. I found something new, the info and the updates. So if I do this, let's like for me and let's go. First, let's take a look at these trees before we get right into it. Okay, so what's up with these trees? That looks pretty interesting. We got one over here. That looks pretty interesting about this tree. Now, there's something about this tree that looks pretty unique. It's kind of big, but yet it branches off in a very unique way. Seeing this right, seen over here, right there. You see? It's kind of like a big tree, a little stump right there, and you can see the tree is just rising above to over here. It looks kind of majestic right here. This tree here is like probably don't know what word to describe this as, but it looks pretty interesting. Seeing a tree that looks just like this. The branches just like touching the sky. Yeah. It almost looks like it came from like a horror movie of some kind. I can't quite think of the name of the horror film that I've watched some ago, but it really looks, well, you'll see over here, this tree over here. And this is one ginormous tree. We can see the other ones as we walk over here. And I will even show you what is new in one of the parks up here. So this is like where the college is. If you want to see the college, it's just like right behind me here. And seeing this right here almost reminds me of maybe something out of like a haunted Goosebumps show or something connected to the college and the tree. Seeing this right there, can't remember what title it was, but I believe it was probably like a werewolf like episode with a tree right over here, besides as the school or college, if I'm correct. Anyways, let's keep walking. And I'll show you the other trees that almost look similar to the one you've seen here. You can see what I said, exactly what it kind of looks like. What do you think? Does it remind you of like maybe a werewolf episode from Goosebumps? Please let me know in the comment box. We have other trees that almost look like this, including the one you see just right here. Just right over here too. Right there. It's almost like that tree you've seen over there, but more completely different. But shares similar branches, but slightly different compared to that one over there seen there. Same with this tree coming into view. Right there. This one's a little bit more different than from the other ones. The other ones, okay, this, I do like this little pathway for those like scary like trees. Especially those two. We'll get that in there too. We can see the view. Let's get the colors in there so you can see a little bit of that as well too. Let's take a look through over here as well too. And we'll get this tree that's just right over there. You know, this tree is completely interesting. It has like, we'll start with the bottom first. But you can see these roots here from over there, here and there, that almost like kind of like move outward, seen here. Almost like an octopus, but more completely different. It's like a part of an eerie roots from this tree here. If you look up above, you'll see these. But first, let's take a look at this. That almost kind of looks like something out of a Scream movie right there. You can tell by how it looks like that. Do not know what this is. You can see sap from up there all the way down here. Looks kind of like an eerie Scream, like ghost face seen just right there. Hope you can make that out. Besides this, look way up. You'll see are these ones here. They almost look like rib cages a bit right there. It's a lookalike. Seen just right there. It almost looks like it. But this tree over here is similar but more completely different. These trees are probably slightly on the eerie, scary side, especially this tree here. Almost right out of a horror film. Especially this tree right there. Yes, it really does look like this tree actually came from a horror film of some kind as well too. Anyways, with enough said, let's carry on to one of the parks. I wanted to show you what we have, and then we'll get right to the info and updates. I just wanted to show you some of these trees here first before we get into the info and updates that are recently new and what's currently happening now. Back to those trees one more time before we move on. And when we get up to the park up here, then I'll drop in the info and updates on what is currently happening now and what's going to be happening now for trick vids and adventure vids. We'll get this stretch over here too in walking down. All the way down, we get to this like tree of some sort that almost kind of looks like a fence, but it's a tree, but it's a fence look-alike. See in there. How interesting that this tree behind me over here looks exactly like what I said. And here we go for some more walking down footage before we get to our next spot. Yeah, so that barn like structure there that we're going to see. News about that is they have not yet contacted me about that. So I'm going to say that one there is a no-go. But don't you worry. We'll see what else we can find more tour adventures that are close to me. We'll keep on walking down here, and pretty soon we will get to where we need to be. As now the last bus stop comes into view, where more trees are to be seen. We'll walk up just from over here. Usually I start with the info and updates right away, but it's going to make this one a unique one among all the other ones. We'll go through here, but wait 1 second. I see something from over here. Where? Where that those side trees are. That's closest to me, in the back of me. Let's all take a look. What is this? What is it? I think that's like plastic bowl and some kind of strapping of some kind seen there. Hope we can make it out. So a little bit of a random find in this one. And then a seesaw seen there on the ground. That's interesting. Not normally you'll see a seesaw with all the rubble down right there. That's just like right where the big rock is right there. Back at the seesaw one more time. And now make your way through here. Okay, we'll see what is new over here. What is new over here? I know, but we will definitely find out. That right there. Interesting kind of rock. Never seen this rock before. I see something else. I see this too. And that one there. They're like gem rocks. Seen over here. So a pile of gem-like rocks, including that one. Oh my goodness. Look what I found. This is smoky quartz. I definitely need some smoky quartz. Lucky I found one. So here is smoky quartz. Really happy that I found this. It has sentimental value. Let's got that from over here. That's not smoky quartz. Well, I have was, so that's pretty much it. Just in here got taken down. Once it was up there before, now it's taken down and seen over here. Before it was almost in the shape of like a teepee. The one seen there, but now it's been taken down. Got lots of moss on this rock seen over here. Big huge patch right there, as you can make out. Pile of sticks right there closest to that rock. In some kind of shape of form of some kind seen just right here, if you can make that out. Someone's sandal, black sandal, is to be seen just right there. The wooden stick-like fence over here has been taken down. Once it was like a stick fence, now it's already down, as you can make out. Because once there was like a stick-like fence over here, but since come back over here, you can see now it got taken down. So that's one thing that got taken down. And as you can see, just right there, already taken down now. Let's check up here. Oh, we got a hat on here. So NatureFinds, as you can see. And we got a down sign already. Probably, doesn't look like it's severed, broken, or got ripped out from where? Behind these trees. Yeah, I believe it was just right there at one point. Now it was just down over here. Seeing there, so either it got ripped out or got broken. No, it got broken. I can see. Look right there. It got broken somehow. By what? I have no clue. So yeah, down sign that we see over here as well. Over here, you'll see this. It's like a circle of rocks and twigs inside here, on here. I think there's a hump underneath it. Seeing there. Make it out. This is recently new. I wonder what it actually is. So yeah, this is recently new. Do not know what exactly it is. It could be either a grave, or it could be just something of magical purpose behind this. Seen here. It could be either one note or two. Right there. I'll zoom in one last time. Something else that's new. Right here. It's like a circle-like rock structure, but completely different from one of the other ones that we've seen before. There's that. Then we got one up there too. This time it has a log that's just right there. That's wedged in between that rock and that log right there is where that rock is, and doing this. So it's kind of unique compared to the other ones that we've seen before. And then over here, this structure still stands. Seen here. We got lots of rocks down over here. Right there. So yeah, this structure still stands. So it is not taken down. So we got something new over there, and this structure over here still stands. That's resting up with this rock as seen here. We got some chalk. We got some chalk running there. Seeing this right there. We're going to those like trees that we've seen from before in the beginning part of the video, almost seeing there. Here's the back of the structure coming into view from over here. This one here is almost like turning into like some kind of like hut of some sort seen here. And what is this I see hanging? Right here. It's a rock. It's a rock that is tied with a rope. Seen here. Right there. So I believe this could be something kind of witchy. seeing a rock that's tied onto a rope, seen here, where almost looks like an opening of a hut of some sort right there. So that's kind of interesting to see something like. So you're coming over here, and then all of a sudden I see this, a hanging rock that's attached with a rope, or a rope tied onto a rock. And that's what you'll see just right here. Right there. Yes, it definitely says something kind of witchy. Seeing something that looks kind of like that. So you can see, structure right there, and there's the hanging rock that's attached to that colored rope. Seeing this right there. Definitely something kind of witchy-like, as you can kind of see right there. That's something you don't see every day. So there's a lot to see in this one. Okay, so for the info and updates on what's currently happening now. Okay, so what is it? Okay, well, first things first. One thing I'm going to is share with you is that on this Wednesday is going to be our boat paddling adventure. That's this Wednesday coming up. So please stay tuned for that. As that in itself is definitely going to be a boat-tastic kind of day. For the other adventures will come in due time. The 3.5 hour day round trip will let you know what date they'll actually be on after the boating adventure, so I know exactly what kind of date that we're looking at for that adventure trip. Walking, and then I see this one, the park benches. Well, what do you see over here? There and over here. It looks like some kind of like berry vine. Right there, we got a rock. Another few berries right there, seen there. So that's something you don't see every day with a mix of all this. And then this mix over here you see is like some berries into there. Got a rock there. Wood here. Stump of wood of some sort, rock there, vine of some sort, and some pine cones right there. One leaf and another different kind of rock seen there. We'll check into over here and see what the next structure is. The one that's just like right up there. Oh, the one that's stepped there. There's a mound seen just right there. I'll walk a different direction. Actually walking to this direction and avoiding that hump seen just right there. Down here. Okay, so we got that as well too. That needed to be said, as well as the Weimar trip. I'll have to talk a little bit about that and see what's happening on that front. So that takes care of the adventure side for now. Now for the magic side. What's happening on the magic side? Okay, so how it's going to work is that I'm going to finish off getting ready for the Canadian Summer Fun Time, because that's coming up in August. We'll be doing that here in the park, which will be in this general area seen here, and over in this area too, where the benches are. One there, I mean, like mainly like right over there, and the one that's closest to it right over there. Seems to say there. And we'll be getting this in as well too. For the first set. Now the first set is going to branch off from the other ones. We've already have 1 and 2 already up. So 3 and 4 will be those are the 2 first ones. So then be like 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that will be happening probably over inside over here as well too. I'll tell you a little bit more on what the other videos are in regards with that as well too. But the first ones past 1 and 2, 3 and 4 will be over here. That's much I can say about those ones. And that will be what you'll see just right here. And getting that table in. Seeing this right there. And the opposite sidewall right there. That we will be getting. For the other set will be videos starting from 3 and 4. We'll get used to 5 and 6, and 7 and 8. And so in total of videos going to be recently put in will be 6. Plus you get 2 1. So the full total of all the videos will be 10 videos. And I'll be making a playlist on all of it. So you can see all 10 of those videos as well too. That will probably happen either the second week or the third week of August. We'll be finishing off the our summertime fun time quickly, probably in the first week of August, because pretty soon we'll be getting into that. And then once that's done, we'll sail on into these ones. Hopefully the third week or possibly the 4th week of August. All depends on timing. And that's pretty much basically it right there. For the tricks, for the Canadian Summer Fun Time trick vids, will vary. Not much I can say. Okay, so let's take a look at this structure too. It's still kind of together, but kind of taken down, kinda. Seeing just right there. Hope you can make it out here. It looks pretty interesting. That's how it looks. Seeing here. We'll take a walk up over here. We'll see what else is new up over here as well too. Who knows what we'll see. But whatever we'll be seeing up here will be a nature surprise, let's put it that way. One thing I want to say is that one thing that I quite loved about my time up in Kelowna is all the places that we've been to, like haunted like spots up over there, besides as tourist main attractions and other things up in the Kelowna area. We even went up to Vernon, BC, and heading into the Kamloops area to the O'Keefe Ranch. So the ones that are considered to be haunted, that have paranormal investigators out there, happens to be Goosegan's Heritage Park, O'Keefe Ranch, and Father Pandozzi's. Yes. Those are considered to be haunted spots. And so we actually see them, so it's actually going to probably, I don't consider them as like a haunted ghost town, but more like haunted like, ghostly places, a haunted ghost like park for Coosagans Heritage Park, Father Pandozzi, as well as the O'Keefe Ranch. Those three are considered to be actually be haunted, by the way. I found out. And yeah. And I even have some evidence to back up. On one of them, at least. The O'Keefe Ranch. A friend that I was staying with, his mom, gave me 2 videos, small ones, on something ghostly happening at the O'Keefe Ranch. And I will find those videos that she has sent me, and I'll put them up on here for all to see. This much I know, I had a very fun time up in Kelowna, BC. Did a lot of tour videos up in the area. And even other unique ones as well too. Besides, as what I said, tourist main attractions. And certain other like random ones. Oh, can't step here. Why? Up right there. Gotta watch out. Hope you can make it out right there. Take a look at this right here. Scary like tree root. This would be great for like some kind of like horror film of some sort too. Werewolf or a witch one? What do you think? A werewolf one or a witch one? Feel free to put that in the comment box of what you think some of these spots will be a good into for a horror film. Because we definitely have the spots here for one. And when it comes time to do our scene spot lookalikes, I think we'll start off with pretty quickly here. Not too soon, probably ending August in September sometime. We'll probably be doing some of the Blair Witch scene lookalikes. Because that will be getting close to that kind of time as well too. For something like this. Before it gets all snowy, we'll try and get this done as fast as we can. Anyways, I want to show you something that got recently made. So let's get set up and let's get right to it. I do have to be careful around this time, because this time approximately is probably in active hour or getting close to it. We'll go through this way. It's almost getting closer to the dusk time, so it's time to get on back. This is good because you never know what could happen over here, especially when it comes to nighttime. Like I've seen, not just I hear things up over here and other places as well too, but I've also had encounters of them trying to interact with me or my phone. And you've seen those videos from before. And yeah, that's what I want to avoid, is having interactions with them in spots that could be potentially haunted. like including over here. So we're going to take a look at one thing. Yeah, in those times when they interacted with me, either they put me down onto the ground or try and yank my camera out of my hands. And you've seen that happen as well too during my walk vlogs and looking at. I wouldn't call them like not incidents, but encounters of something like that to have happened. Yes, and I admit that on other videos, when they have sometimes would grab my phone and or put me down on the ground, especially up behind the college as well too. But yeah, that's why it's always good to be a little careful around certain area spots around here that could be potentially haunted. And knowing that I'm aware of it, now I know what has to happen is to making sure that I'm not out here past a certain hour. And that's the more reason why I gotta head on back, so I don't have another encounter like that. And no, I have not been hurt on what they've done. I'm a-okay. But this much I know, I am aware. So I am cautious when it comes down to certain area spots as well too. But the thing is that it's always good to become spiritually aware of things, which is a good thing. Especially when you go going to like haunted spot locations. You always got to make sure that you have something, some kind of awareness about it. So too. It's a good thing though. It's always a good thing. And especially my encounter the other night at the skate park. What was that too? An actual entity ghost. Yeah. Knowing that I've seen that, and I'm like, I'll keep my distance. And I just, I zoomed in to capture it. So I've witnessed an actual ghost entity. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like, oh, let's keep my distance like I did to that skunk. So that's pretty much all I have to say. We'll go do a little bit more looking a little bit, and then we gotta head on back. So too, let's take a look over there, and let's take a look at something that got recently made up here as well too. Look behind me over here. Those rocks are just balancing right there.
Yo, it's you! You remember me, bro? Is your name Ethan?
Right there. It looks, I don't know what, it looks like a bird or something like that. I do gotta be aware. Why? Look what's right over here. Another hump right there. Just right there. So let's mosey on back. And we'll get to the find, which is just right up over in that direction. And knowing that I had interactions, now I'm just like, yeah. It's just letting me know that they are there, and just to be aware. So I'm definitely am aware after those times that they've that they've done that to me before. The thing is that not hurt, which is good, but I'm just more like, okay, now that I'm aware of you, now I'm going to just keep my distance. So, and so far, I'm not gonna jinx it, that no ghost of any sort has turned me down, which is a good thing. So I'll give you the like thumb for that one. Now there's information about that too. There's some good ones and there's some bad ones. So where there's a good ones, then great. And if there's bad ones, well, those ones you just gotta avoid. But how do you? That's a good question. It's called again, being spiritually aware. That's one good place to start first. It's being spiritually aware as well too. What's this do I see? This log right here. What's onto this? Now I'm not going to touch this because it could be from something Seantic or something of the sort. What you'll see right there. So I'm not going to actually touch that, but we'll take a look at it. Ow! That's weird. Something just poked me. Well, when I got here. Okay, we're gonna actually once we see this, I'm gonna have to go. I think that's something letting me know that they're probably around here. We'll make this quick. So look, I'm going to do this very quickly here. You can see we have is a marker. Leaves, sand and rocks, and grass into this plastic bowl seen here that's just sitting on this log here. And what is this I see? Right there. What is this? Structure of some kind. But look at it. What does it have? Stick? I think that's a rock. Stump. And a circle of rocks right there. A tight circle of rocks. This looks like an altar. Okay, yeah, I think I better step back from this. Yeah, so it's an altar of some kind seen there. Right there. What was that? Okay, it's time to go. We'll get one look. There. Look down. You see this right there too. That's just recently on the ground there. Well, I got one over there too. I heard a noise, so I guess it's time to mosey on out here before something happens. We'll take a look up upon here. Just walking in around over there. Here. One last look. Yeah. This is an altar. But what of? I don't want to know. I'm going to take a picture of this so you can see it too. Right there. Who knows what was going on up here? The thought of it gives me the goosebumps. Yeah. So it's a good time that we should probably bring this one to a wrap and close as well too. And yeah, and I heard something too, so I guess that besides as a tap, something tapped me on my shoulder. So I guess that means that whatever did that is warning me to not be over here. So I guess I'll take that as it's time for us to get back, because it is turning dusk time already. So I've got a great feeling that we might have some activity up over here. That's why it's a great time to head on back, because I don't want to be around here when an active hour hits over here. I don't want to have another ghostly attack. But yeah, that's it for this video. Now it's time to head on back before the ghosts come to say yo dude, it's time for you to get out of the woods. And so what I felt, tap on my shoulder, and hearing that noise tells me, hey dude, it's time to go. So what are we doing? We're leaving. But for the info, that's basically all I had to say in regards to the info on that. But for any adventures or any trick vids, I'll keep you posted on the community posts, let alone on WalkVlog or on an upcoming tour adventure. So for like one of the three, I'll still let you know what's going to be happening. I'll probably keep you informed when we do our boating adventure on the this upcoming Wednesday. If there's anything that I need to pull attention to with on during that boating adventure as well. I also wanted to show you this rock where I had that ghostly encounter. It was at this rock right there. That was last year. I came out over here with this over here at night. I stayed within the premises, and then I went to this rock over here. I actually kept my distance. It's just right here. That's where I was when I had my encounter. It was at this point here where I'm standing. Right here. And where that rock is over there is where the ghost entity appeared before me. So I zoomed over there, right to that rock. And that's where the ghost entity revealed itself on that very rock scene just right there. That completely stunned me and surprised me when I saw it. I never will forget that night that I saw an actual ghost entity up here at that very rock.
Yo.
Howdy. So yeah. Anyways, I'll show you another spot where I had somewhat of an encounter. Whereabouts? Just up above. I like how those car lights shine right upon that tree. It almost looked like it came from the movie of E.T. The lights right there from the car had hit a bush that looked kind of like this, revealing E.T. I was trying to point out to you. Yeah, so when that car light was hitting on that very tree, it almost reminded me of when the car lights hit on the bush to reveal E.T., which scared E.T. away, basically. And then they went on to, a chase. They heard it, and then they took off to try and find it. And it was a car with the lights on that exposed E.T., which was definitely something. Wow. And that car there with the lights on, onto that bush there, it definitely reminded me of a scene found on the extraterrestrial movie. Okay, so where did I have this encounter? Just right up inside there. That was just last year. So last year's scary ghost encounter I had, besides as at Tegum Beach, which I got scared there too. I even got a great scare just like right up over here. That was just last year too. We won't go too far. Just right up inside there. It was, I won't go into the woods. I'll just stop right there. Believe I had that encounter just up inside over here. Right up there. What the heck? Are you seeing this? Shadow figures. Yeah, okay, yeah. There's shadow figures over there. Right through those trees. Hope you can easily see them. Those are actual shadow figures. Okay, I got to get out of here quickly. Okay. I fear no evil. Ah. Yeah, I got another poke. I'll be okay though. But yeah, fear no evil. Well, what you've just seen, what I've just seen just now, we've actually encountered 2 shadow figures. But their heads didn't even turn in my direction, which means I'm A-okay. So, knowing that I'm aware of it, now it's time to walk away from it. That's all you gotta do. Is if you feel something not right's happening, walk away from it. So this is my tip. Is there something bad that's gonna happen? Walk away from it. And fear no evil. That's all you gotta do. And make sure you are deep breathing, not feeling anxious, and just walk away like that. Gives no room for them to do something to you. So, with that said, that's it for this vid. There's an info and updates, and this is NatureFinds, even scary ones as well too in this one, making it extra special. Even some like flicks, a bit from like physics, like Goosebumps, werewolf-like thing, or something of the sort. Or going on like the ET side, kinda. just over inside here. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in and for watching. And in heading off, let's take a look over here. I see something just over here. Almost looks like a teepee. Garden beds. Over there. Wow. I love this. I do love it. It's a very cool spot to see. So that brings us to our wrap and close. I'll see you all back for our bowling adventure. And the 2 trick vids, the Irish Summer Fun Time, as well as the Canadian Summer Fun Time in August. From yours truly, your magical adventure, to tricks your host, Reese. Peace, my 7 blessings. Namaste. Now it's going to feel to wrap and close, and I'll see you back momentarily, fairly soon. And happy to say, no ghost has took me down today, except for the tapping on my shoulder and noise. That was about it. Anyways, I'll see you with our next coming up video. True adventure or a magic trick vid. We'll get this for our ending off scene. Thing is, I had that smoky quartz. Same here. So I was protected. Luckily I found this before carrying on. So I'm so happy that I've kept this smoky quartz with me. And that's what protected me, which is a good thing. And now I'm going to put this back into my pocket, where it belongs for now. I'll put that with one of my special rocks.